Welcome everybody, Ragnaros here. Today we're going to be discussing the November 16th patch notes for Heroes of the Storm. I did upload a patch note review when it went to the PTR a couple weeks ago. I'm going to post a link to that down below in the description as well. A lot of that stuff is covered on here, but they did add a bunch of new stuff. So what I'm going to do today is a combination of covering the new stuff and just kind of rehashing the old stuff. We're going to do a quick summary because there is a lot of stuff in this patch. And I do want to encourage you guys, first and foremost, follow my stream. I do stream on Twitch, Ragnaros_. So I do want to encourage you to follow me there. I do stream usually 4 to 5 times a week, and I will post my link below the stream. But also check out my other YouTube videos as well and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I will be pushing out more content in the future. The first thing I am going to cover, just logging into the game, it's just a small thing here. They did update the splash screen, which is actually really cool. And obviously something I will be touching on a lot during this video is the expectation slash hope that HOTS is going to be going to either Steam or Game Pass or both. The general consensus appears to be that a lot of people are expecting the game to go to Steam. A lot of these upcoming changes, as I will discuss during this video, are going to be indicative of that. So we have I don't know if this splash screen is recycled or not. A lot of these splash screens that they have put through are things that have been used before. I would not be surprised if this is one of those. Someone can hit me in the comments and let me know. This is from our old toy event, so I'm halfway wondering if we're going to get maybe a rehash of some old events, because like I said, with a lot of these changes, it does seem likely that the game's going to be going on Steam, and a lot of these changes are geared towards new players. So I do believe that that is going to be where a lot of these changes are going to be kind of geared towards. So far the only change is the splash screen. I would like them to see them to do an update on the feature. This is basically for Halloween, since they did do an update to the splash screen for what essentially seems to be Christmas time, winter, whatever you want to call it. I'm hoping that we'll get an update for the feature. I know a lot of these are old skins, but getting another shot at them is pretty exciting. But yeah, let's hop right into this. And again, I'll likely put certain skips in here, whether it's just beginning and end, but we'll try not to take up too much of your time. There's a lot of content in this patch, which is massive. Again, this is very indicative that the game is hopefully going to be going to Steam or Game Pass or something. A lot of these changes wouldn't really make sense under the game's current iteration. So again, you will see me talk about that a lot. But first changes are going to be just to the camera, just camera leash, and just that you're going to be able to pan the camera back more. I do know that there is a way to do that with a certain command that a lot of casters use. But the fact that they're implementing this makes me think that there might be some sort of observer. They want to make it easier for tournament play, whether that is just like the grassroots tournaments. I don't have any expectations that it's going to be an HGC return or anything like that. I think that this is just supposed to be easier for a lot of the, grassroots tournaments that are going to be, going. And these are just some interface changes. We got floating text is going to be updated to a golden display. I'm assuming just to make it easier to see. Fixing issue allowing abilities to be dragged into the hotkey menu, which is actually pretty cool when I read it. I haven't read all of these. I've read a few things here and there, so some of this stuff will be new to me. But yeah, this is kind of cool. Hold down shifter control will now also register as having the announcement modifier held for clicking on top bar. I mean, I don't necessarily know what that means, but a lot of this stuff seem to be a quality of life change, which is awesome. Now here are the ARAM changes that we touched on in the PTR. They're upping the experience globes, and the way I'm reading this is if you kill the minions, they're always going to drop experience globes. They're not actually going to. You have to always pick up the experience globes, which is good. And they're essentially doubling the experience that you get in ARAM. One of the biggest complaints that I see in ARAM is that it goes too long. Generally, you don't want your ARAM to take longer than a regular game. So essentially doubling the experience will, speed that game along, which should make ARAM a little bit more enjoyable. I know a big population of the game, big population of the player base are ARAM players. So this is actually going to be a pretty big change, I think. ARAM players will have to tell me whether or not they enjoy this or whether they don't. Maybe they like the speed of the way it plays out now. But it does seem like you're not going to get You're not going to get experience anymore from just killing the minions. You have to pick up the globes, which is good. And I will apologize, I do have allergies, so we'll be a little bit snuffly in here. I'm not going to be editing this video, so I'll try to, not snuffle as much. But Observer Experience Globes will now be displayed as blue for the team on the left and gray for the team on the right. I guess they used to be displayed as red. I would have my dog's drinking right next to me, so it might be very loud. I'm gonna guess this is for colorblind, like people, or people with like vision impairments, because I would imagine the red is probably a little bit hard to see. So this is probably a good change. Interface update for basically secondary characters like Misha, the Vikings and stuff. Barley being loud. Fix an issue that caused Diva Health Bar and interface only display the pilot's health. That's going to be a good change. Recap, this is actually probably pretty good for figuring certain things out. Combat healing will no longer register mana or shields, which is cool. Clutch healing will only register healing done to the health. And Protector will now register damage prevented by Protected and Protection. We got some map changes. Alteric Pass, fix an issue that caused the nulls to reduce armor of evading targets. Obviously that's going to be good. Fix an issue that caused Hellbats to reduce targets. So basically, things that reduce armor, apparently we're reducing it even when the target evades, so they're fixing that. Hanamura, bring it back to Storm League. I know that's a controversial one, but I would like that. Fix an issue that caused the recon camps to have scaling value reset when you're captured. And fix an issue causing Hellbats to reduce armor. So just basically any armored related things. Now here are the hero ones. Again, I'm not going to go over every single one of these because a lot of these are bug fixes, and in general the bug fixes are going to be good, but nothing that is really, if I feel like it's something worth mentioning, I'll spend a little bit of time on it. But again, we have a lot of content in here, so I don't want to make this video like an hour long. So we're just going to touch on the things that seem important to me. If I skip over anything, feel free to say something in the comments. We'll be talking about it on my stream, but I just want to preface it with that. So Abathur has a lot of changes involving the mines, armor reduction, just little bug fix related things. A lot of these changes are also going to be related to vision, so that's another thing as well. So before we get into it, and we're just going to make a skip straight to this, a lot of these changes are going to be towards vision. A lot of these changes are going to be icon changes and hero difficulty changes. And these are where we talk about things that are involving potentially the game going to Steam, because a lot of these changes are either geared towards new players or players that might be coming from League or Dota. So, obviously the vision changes, from what I've heard, is very similar to how it is in League. And obviously icon changes, I think, are trying to streamline a lot of similar type abilities. I know in the PTR notes that there was something about searing for percent damage. They just want to streamline a lot of these abilities to have a same icon. It is what what appears to be happening. So a lot of that is going to be included in there. So that's what a lot of these changes are going to be, as well as the difficulty changes update for new heroes. But yeah, so that's what a lot of these are going to be. And again, we'll touch on anything that is important. But it looks like, icon update now revealed the target. So again, we're getting a lot of reveal related things. So Alarak, difficulty changing from hard to very hard. I don't disagree with this. Alarak is a very difficult character to play. So I'm not really too upset about that. I think that that's pretty good. Fixed an issue with basic attack, blinded targets evading. Apparently there's a lot of evasion issues. Lightning Surge now reveals the target. Deadly Charge now reveals target. So a lot of your abilities are going to be revealing the target, which is obviously really good in the way that I guess they want the game to progress. So we got Alex Straza, just a lot of healing changes. Cleansing Flame to grant Alex healing equal to bonus health provided by Dragon Queen. A Dragon Queen is active when activated. So that's pretty good. Fixed an issue. A lot of these issues being fixed. These again are going to be bug fixes. But yeah, nothing out of the ordinary here. Calling that to display on the talent tab. Ancient Flame icon updated. So again, we got an icon change. Anna from hard to very hard. I can't disagree with this. Anna, a very skill shot based hero. So you do generally want to reflect that. You could leave her at hard. You could put her at very hard. They added a lot of characters going to very hard, and nothing really worth noting otherwise. It looks like contact heal will now only cause bionic grenade to heal and damage displays critical if at least 2 heroes are hit instead of only requiring the talent to be taken. So that seems pretty good. Fix an issue that caused Moral Compass to hit invulnerable targets for Anduin. I mean, obviously, that's a good fix. A Nubarak going from medium to hard. Personally, I feel like a Nubarak probably could have stayed medium. The main reason I could see him going to hard is because of how squishy he is and how easy he is to punish if you do put yourself out of position. Only real reason I could see. But a lot of these characters you're going to see their difficulty get upped. And then we got another icon change. Artanis going from medium to hard. I mean, similar situation. Very much could easily put yourself out of position. We got some bug fixes in here as well. So I do, I like a lot of these. And it's going to be interesting to see when they're in game. Ariel, difficulty from medium to hard. Ariel is someone for years I've been saying she's one of my most favorite healers. I feel like she's a little bit underpowered right now. And obviously she's a little bit harder to play with I believe a 4-second heal. And very reliant on her E, which is a skill shot stun. And, as with a lot of healers, you want to get your, your stun is your big part here. Fix an issue causing not to display. Sacred Sweep will now reveal targets for 2 seconds. It seems like they want that reveal with a lot of the abilities. And basically, everything appears to be revealing for 2 seconds. And it, from what I gathered from the PTR notes, the reveal is actually going to be a character-only reveal. It doesn't necessarily reveal the area around, just the character itself, which is a pretty big plus. Asmo fixed an issue causing Alsho Burn to detonate twice. So obviously, just a couple bug fixes here, and then Globe of Annihilation, revealing for 2 seconds, much like everything else. Blaze, bug fix, and basic attacks will now reveal the area for 0.75 seconds, obviously basic attacks being quicker than your normal abilities, and it seems like basic attack reveals will be 0.75 seconds, where abilities will actually be 2 seconds, which makes sense. Whenever you hit something, you get that slight vision pump, and then create sight reduced from 7 to 1.5. This is actually a pretty interesting change right here. So oil spills created by fuel leak sight reduced from 7 to 1.5. That's actually a pretty big nerf. So I mean, I don't know if we're going to consider these balance changes in here, but there are a few changes that are in here. Incinerator Gauntlet icon updated, so obviously that makes sense as well. Brightwing difficulty updated from hard to easy. I honestly would put her at medium. Brightwing, one of her big heals is her Soothing Mist, which I just found out today is an AoE heal. So fun fact there. Even as long as I've been playing this game, I'm still learning things about this game. So, and you need to land your Q center to proc that outside of its normal proc, which isn't exactly easy to do. Putting her on easy, I mean, she's not terribly difficult to play, but a little bit hard to play well. Fixed an issue that caused phase shift to heal the target briefly after arrival instead of on arrival. So this is, obviously I think just going to streamline the issue that Brightwings occasionally have, where you would feel like your target dies, but your teleport would still go off. Apparently that's supposed to happen that way. According to this at least, heal the target briefly after arrival. So the teleport goes off and then the heal goes off. So it's working as intended, but apparently it wasn't really stated. Invisible friends would not preview the total healing that would be provided. I actually really like this. You can also hear the dog in the background. I do really like this as well. Obviously it's nice to know the healing that you're going to get from this. Fix an issue causing blink heal to heal vehicles. I didn't even know it was doing that. I would blink to vehicles to, move around. Unstable anomaly to reveal targets, and normal stuff. Cassia fixed an issue that caused basic attacks to activate martial law while blinded, so a lot of blind related things. And then a lot of issues where things are healing for less or more, or apparently things weren't acting properly towards blinded targets. Fix an issue that caused static electricity to not display as critical against blinded targets. So again, we're not gonna harp on the hotfix changes as much. Obviously, everyone can read them here as we go through them. Fend will now reveal targets hit for 2 seconds. Surge of Light will now reveal the target for 2 seconds. So again, a lot of vision related changes. Martial law icon updated. I believe, I don't remember if this was the percent damage one, but a lot of, like I said, a lot of the icons were becoming very similar is what it looked like. I guess once we get into the game, we could do that. But yeah, just a couple more icon updates. Chen goes from hard to medium. Personally, I find Chen probably hard, but maybe I'm just bad. Some balance changes on Chen. Accumulated flame duration increased the proc while blinded. Fixed an issue that caused Earth Spirit basic attacks to be incapable of killing spider mines. I mean, obviously that makes sense that you'd fix that. And then an auto attack or a basic attack reveal, which is nice. All right, so we have some Cho'Gall changes. A lot of bug fixes. Fixed an issue for fuel for the flame. Yeah, just, targets evading targets. So again, just changes to how evasion's working or bug fixing how that's working. Nothing really to note here. Fix an issue causing consuming blaze to not interrupt mount objective. Uh, Will of Cho is now considered a quest talent, so this is actually going to be a slight change here. So that's actually pretty good. I'll be excited to see. I don't play Gaul a whole lot, but I do like him. Feel for the flame will no longer be displayed as critical, and then we have a bunch of reveal 2-second reveals. So pretty much all of the alts and the abilities that Cho and Gaul have will now reveal for 2 seconds, which is pretty nice. And then Dread Orb will no longer grant sight into nearby bushes. So I guess you can't. I wonder if that means you can't use it to check bushes anymore to see if there's targets in there. Someone will have to correct me if I'm wrong in that, but I mean, you use your abilities to check bushes, so seems like that would be something you'd want to do. Chromie fixed an issue causing Sand Echo to activate a proper greeting while Chromie is blinded, and fixed an issue that caused Unraveling Sand's spell power reduction to not be removed by stasis or invulnerability. Fixed an issue that caused Time Trouble's armor increase to be removed by stasis or invulnerability, and fixed an issue causing Sand's active bonus to be lost when slain. And then, yeah, just more Sand things. Time Trap will no longer cause allies to be incapable of collecting experience globes while inside a shrub for 2 seconds. I mean, that seems pretty good. Deathwing goes from medium to hard. I don't disagree with that. And a couple of changes there. Deckard, one of my most favorite characters right now, fixed an issue causing shielding. Potion shielding increases self-healing. So I know that, we read it earlier. There's going to be some changes to how self-healing apparently is displayed. Apparently it won't count shielding anymore. Which I guess in a way makes sense, but healing is healing even if it does prevent damage, so I don't know how I feel about that yet. Fixed an issue that caused staff to not be placed on cooldown while blinded, which, I mean, that's your level 16 stun staff. Rejuvenating potion to heal the arc while Undying is active, and scrolling to detect before the first quest milestone. And Ancient Bestia now reveal the area for 0.75 seconds. So Dahaka fixed an issue causing Dahaka to be immune to allied effects while Burrow is active. And then, obviously we got a lot more issues just being fixed with how Lurker Strain is knockback's working. Is now treated as a stun, which will obviously come into certain abilities. And obviously knockback to reveal the Dahaka while active. So that makes sense. And then obviously we have more reveal, elongated tongue icon updated. Diablo going from medium to hard. I feel like medium is fine for Diablo. I don't necessarily think he's needs to be hard, but I believe that he probably could have been fine on medium. And we got some more bug fix changes and a Soul Shield icon update. So again, I'm interested to see what some of these icons are. Maybe if this video is not too long, we'll hop back into the game and we can take a look at what some of these icons look like. But no guarantee on that yet. Diva, there's a lot of Diva changes. Holy crap! Fixed an issue causing Diva AI not to activate self-destruct. So just some AI changes. Fixed an issue causing Diva to be ejected early if the mech takes a select type of damage after being slain. Capable of hitting multiple Sergeant Hammer Spider-Mans at once. So she's not able to, or she is. Fix an issue that caused Diva mech basic attacks to be capable of hitting multiple. I mean, she can hit multiple minions. I guess maybe that wasn't supposed to happen. I never really noticed, but fix an issue that caused basic attacks against heroes in the bonus attack area to activate nuclear option while blinded. And then some score updates. Now I want to know if they changed the thing where Diva inside of her mech you can't see her talents. That's the fix I want to see, because that's been a bug with Diva for a while where you can't see her talents if she's in her mech. Causes scoreboard entry on the tab to display incorrectly while she first spawns in the battleground. This might be it right here, actually. Maybe it's only when she spawns, because that's only when I notice it. Causes diva entry in the kill feed to display incorrectly if she's slain by a unit that has since been removed from the battleground, example minions. Fix an issue that caused diva unit reference not to be updated correctly when diva respawns. Ejecting from the mech no longer causes pilot diva to be capable of collecting experience globes. Self-destruct now reveals. Area. So yeah, just reveal. So a lot of reveal things here with a lot of the attacks. We're not going to go over each of those, just because they're pretty standard at this point. Diva is now capable of pinging her self-destruct charge to her team. I really like that. That's a really good change. And Diva Mech will now fill out the death recap when slain. All right, that's good. And now ETC goes from easy to hard. I feel like ETC being on easy is probably fine. I mean, you do need some tanks that are considered easy, and I think ETC would be one of them. He is a little bit on the squishier side. He does rely on his abilities to get armor. At the very least, I'd probably put him on medium. I don't think he's necessarily needs to be hard. Again, I think some of these changes, again, as I mentioned at the beginning, some of these seem to be geared towards MOBA players, maybe League, Dota. Maybe I'm just, hopeful here, but you get a League player who comes in and looks at this character's hard, then obviously they're going to be more excited to play. So I don't know if that's why a lot of these are going from hard or whatever. Fix an issue that caused boomerang spell armor reduction to not be removed by stasis or vulnerability. Hammer reactivation will now reveal targets hit for 2 seconds. And, it's just a lot of, and then some icon changes as well. All right, Phoenix bomb charges. So we got some more fixes here. Mobile offensive icon updates. Garrosh difficulty from medium to hard. I don't disagree with this. Garrosh is kind of hard to play in my opinion. And then we got some vision changes for Wrecking Ball and Decimate. Gazlo, you got some bug fix changes. So we're just kind of skimming through. Nothing of note really sticking out from here, so that's where we're kind of speeding up a little bit. Difficulty changes on Genji from hard to very hard. Can't disagree with that. You could leave him at hard. You could put him at very hard. Genji is not an easy character to play, so I definitely don't disagree with that. Icon update, and then obviously bug fixes. Again, a lot of reveal-related things. Deflect will no longer reveal the area at targets, which isn't bad. A lot of changes for Greymane, or not a lot of changes, but a couple fixes for Greymane. Issue causing Alpha Kill to be capable of activating on death effects multiple times on enemies. Obviously, good change here. Fix an issue causing Fell Flame to be visible outside of the intended area. Alright, so just, more fixes here. Hanzo updated from medium to hard. I don't disagree with that. Hanzo's not easy to play. He's very squishy, and his scatter is annoying to try to line up. So hard, you could almost put him at very hard, but I think hard is probably fine. I got some more issue fixes here. Honestly, I would put Hogger at very hard. It takes a very long time to learn his spin. I think putting Hogger, I'm okay with him at hard. I think very hard probably would be more appropriate, but at least they're more in line with accurately. He's definitely not medium, I will say that. And then obviously we got some more targeting related fixes here with how they want to change things. Illidan, medium to very hard. I feel like Illidan's hard. I don't feel like he's very hard. He's pretty easy to play. I would say it's difficult to play him well, but I don't think he's very hard to play. Obviously, Fiery Brand icon, just icon updates. Holy Fervor, Cleave Reveal, obviously. Easy to medium. I feel like you could have left Jane at easy. I don't see her medium at all. In fact, I made a new player guide, and I'm pretty sure I put Jaina as one of the characters I recommend for new players. She's very easy to play. She's very well balanced. She does a lot of things very well. So I feel like she should be easy. And then obviously got some more issue fixes with her. This is actually a big one. Her Frostbolt, when you would take the Pierce, actually would pierce more enemies than it should. And actually that's this one too as well. Will now display block stacks, which is good. Ice Fairy Wand icon updated. That's pretty cool. Johanna going from medium to easy, 100% agree with this. Johanna probably the easiest tank in the game to play. I would normally say right off with ETC and Murden probably. So I could say I can agree with that. And then obviously we got some more fixes. Attack speed bonus to stack multiplicatively. Other fixes as well. Critical damage was not increased. Fixed an issue that caused Blessed Shield to hit targets that were invulnerable. Obviously, you don't want that to happen. No longer cause allies to be incapable of collecting globes. I didn't realize that it did anything like that. Blessed Hammer now reveals. Perfect. Junkrat from medium to hard. I agree with that. You could put him at hard. You could put him at very hard. Hard is completely fine for Junkrat. Junkrat, one of the more powerful characters in the game, at least at the higher ranks. Not necessarily in gold where I'm at, but at the higher ranks for sure. Basic attack, splash, trigger physical attack limits on hit effects. Block charges will be consumed. I mean, as it should. And then we got some other fixing issues when it comes to invulnerability and just, gaining more damage from heroes hit. Um, and obviously, I'm going to try to remember to put a link to these patch notes in the video as well. Kael'thas going from hard to medium. You could even maybe put him on easy, but he's definitely not hard. Medium or easy was where I would put Kael'thas. Fixed an issue causing gravity lapse to hit invulnerable enemies. I mean, good change there. Burning flesh now displays as critical. Kel'Thuzad hard to very hard. I can't disagree with that. You could put him on hard, you can put him on very hard. I can agree with either. He's not an easy character to play, as I can attest to. Fixed an issue that caused Death Chill marker to remain on target if they gain Unstoppable. Fixed an issue causing active bonus to be lost when slain. And we got some evading things and blinding related changes. Basic attacks to activate Hunger and Cold while blinded. Kalthazad now attempt to cast Frost Nova over unpathable terrain. That's not bad. I mean, as long as you can, I feel like the ability can cross terrain, similar to how Medivh can fly over stuff. I don't think that's too bad. Ability in Commander Bar will no longer flash from Kel'Thuzad, gains 15 stacks. And I don't think that really mattered either way. Basically 15 stacks is when he gets a spike. So, Kerrigan, hard to very hard, same thing. You could go hard, you go very hard on her. She's a very difficult character to play. Can't necessarily disagree with that. Very combo based, similar to Kel'Thuzad. Apparently the combo based heroes are going to very hard, which I don't necessarily disagree with. But just like I said before, I feel like that's going to be indicative towards, higher skilled players and the incentive to play them. Fix an issue causing assimilation to increase self-healing when shield granted. Sharpening blades to gain quest progress from hallucinating heroes. I mean, it depends on the nature of the hero, but yeah. Ultra's basic attacks will now reveal the target. Perfect. Some more revealing with basic attacks. Fearless Storm will no longer reveal targets hit by splash area. Just more revealed targets. Kharazim going from medium to hard. I don't disagree with that. He's kind of hard to play. A lot of people pick Kharazim when they don't want to heal anyway. So I think that's not bad. Fix an issue causing Death Reach attack speed bonus to stack multiplicatively. Fix an issue causing Insight to grant progress while blinded. Fix an issue that caused non-heroes to not be revealed by Spirit Ally. Leoric being updated to easy to medium. He's not hard to play. Easy, medium, I guess that's fine. I feel like there's almost no characters that are listed as easy now. I believe Lily still is, and they don't list it because they didn't change her. I feel like Leoric probably could be easy, but medium is fine. And then fix an issue causing Buried Alive silence to be reduced in duration by Abolish Magic. Obviously, it works slightly different than just casting on someone, so that makes sense. Causing Burning the Spirit Aura to display as critical. Fix an issue causing Drain Hope and Drain Essence to remain active. Self-healing no longer increased by Drain Essence Undying timer. Leoric is no longer capable of activating Renew while Unactive is dying, or Undying is active. So this is the one where his little level 1 where he gets his hot heal. You used to be able to activate it when you were dead to, lower your death timer a little bit. Apparently that wasn't supposed to happen. I always assumed that it was a feature, but apparently you're no longer going to be able to do that. Wrath of Bones Vec reveal duration from 1 second to 0.75, so just in line with, where they want that sort of duration to be. Lily, couple changes. Now bounce targets do immune to area damage like Spider Mine. So basically the lightning of the serpent apparently was killing Spider Mines, for example, and they're not supposed to do that. Now target passive targets. Li Ming, fixing issue, cause magic missiles and not grant stacks of force armor when Tal Rasha's has been selected. Magic missiles has not granted spell power. So just nice change there. A lot of random changes. And I know that there's a couple people on Reddit that have actually gone in depth in where a lot of these bugs are. So, not that they'll ever see this, but special thanks to them for, doing their part and actually doing a lot to bring these to light. Fixed an issue that caused teleport to not be completely refunded by critical mass. A lot of changes here. I love to see it. Fixed an issue causing invigorating spores to be capable of activating on death. Um, and yeah, just some more changes to how blind works and evasion. Bringing target full stacks of nature's toxin. So let's see. Fix an issue causing invigorating spores to deal damage on an attack that brings the target to full stacks of nature's toxin. So I guess maybe Lunara wasn't doing as much damage as she should have with that, so that's good. Splinter Spear no longer targets hidden or neutral targets. I mean, I guess that's good. I don't know what neutral targets would be considered in the game. Like in WoW, those are usually just like random pets and stuff. I don't know what neutral targets are being talking about or what they're talking about. Fixing issue causing, I don't know what Metadrone is, capable of healing Lyric. So I guess a couple of these things would heal Leo in his Undying form to bring him back quicker, so those are changed. Causing Healing Beam to remain active on a minion after casting possession is actually pretty funny. I didn't know that. Maiev going from hard to very hard. I can't disagree with this. Obviously Maiev is another combo-based hero, kind of with the way her tether works in her Q. So I don't disagree with that. She's a very difficult hero to play. Um, Causing vengeful knives to gain bonus. Fix an issue where basic attacks empowered by Umbral Blind to not grant vengeful knife stacks. And fix an issue where containment does silence to be bypassed by casting an ability, making the target immune to silence as soon as time stop expires. Fix an issue causing Bond of Justice to stop displaying bonus damage, and bounces are now immune to area damage. So similar to how it was with like the Serpent from Lily, these aren't supposed to hit things like the hammer spider mines and stuff like that. Not currently active. This actually might be a slight nerf to Maiev. The way I see this, because you just have to make sure, I guess, the camps are engaged. Maybe that's what they mean by neutral as well, when the camps haven't been attacked yet. So that could potentially be what they meant by that. But I know that, Maev's level 1 helps you take camps. And I guess you just have to make sure that you have all the camps aggroed before you activate it. Mal'Ganis going from medium to hard, don't disagree with that. Mal'Ganis pretty hard to play. Wingguard will now display a block visual, so they're adding block visuals to a lot of things that didn't have them before, which I like. Fixed an issue causing Vanquish the Weak to apply the slow before the damage. I mean, that's pretty good. Blind as a Bat will now remove any nearby reveals placed by Mal'Ganis when cast. Fell Claws will now reveal target for 2 seconds, so a lot of reveal-related things, which is good. And then obviously an icon update as well. So Malfurion going from easy to hard, I definitely agree with this. Malfurion used to be categorized as easy, and I would have agreed that he was easy. But nowadays, he's significantly harder to play. They reworked him several years ago. Definitely made him a lot harder to play, and probably arguably better. But, good update there. Fixed an issue that caused Malfurion to be incapable of pinging the cooldown of astral communication to his team, so I like that. Maltho, medium to hard. I don't disagree with that. And fix an issue where floating text for healing prevented twice. Displayed text. Oh, so it was displayed twice, but it's not anymore. And Soul Rip no longer reveals the area. A lot of these reveal changes are going to be interesting. I wonder how disorienting it's going to be. Fix an issue calling Hall the Storms increase Raven form movement speed by more than intended. Basic attacks to activate temporal flux while blinded. And use portal no longer move the user's camera. That's actually might be a good change. Or it might not be. It depends. I don't know how people are going to feel about that. Generally, you probably want your camera to go to where your character's coming out of the portal, but maybe you don't. I don't know. But Mei going from medium to hard, I feel like she could have stayed at medium. I don't think she's that hard of a character to play, so I feel like she probably could have stayed at medium. But for the most part, I agree with the difficulty changes. So to stack multiplicatively. Fix an issue causing basic attacks to activate cooling servos while blinded. And fix an issue causing induct hibernation to apply to non-heroes. Skating away now displays a block visual, so I like that. Mephisto going from medium to hard. Can't disagree with that. Kind of hard mage to play. Fix an issue causing lightning reactor to not be affected by damage. Murden, one of the OGs. Fix an issue that causing Bronzebeard Raid's damage aura to display as critical when damage was not increased. And then we just got some other fixes. Basic attacks to grant perfect storm progress. Basic attacks to grant given the axe while blinded. So yep, just more changes to how things work with blinded, or fixes to how change work with blinded. Fix an issue causing Grand Slam to grant a charge of Haymaker for each hero that part of the takedown. And Stormbolt will no longer reveal the target for 2 seconds. Oh, interesting. Um, no longer reveal the target. So when you stun them, they don't get revealed? I don't know how I feel about that. Murder no longer revealed to the enemy if unseen when Thunderburn empowers Thunderstrike. Okay, that's good. Perfect Storm quest tracker icon updated. Murky, good old fish. Fix an issue calling Big Tuna Kahuna health bonus to stack multiplicatively with other health bonuses. So that's, I guess, technically a buff to Murky if it wasn't working properly before. Fix an issue causing time to krill to heal the target Murky if they have selected fish tank. Fix an issue causing time to krill not to heal the applying Murky if they have selected fish tank. And Murky no longer reveals in an area around him after his egg is slain. So this is actually just going to be a slight vision change. With much like a lot of these vision changes, it's going to just reveal the Murky and not the area, around the Murky, which is good. I mean, obviously, that does make it a little better for the Murky team. Octograb now reveals the target while active, instead of for a fixed 4 seconds and a 0.75 radius. So you're only going to get the target. You're not going to get the little radius. I mean, the radius is pretty small, but still. Now reveal the target for 2 seconds when in first cast. Slime now reveals, pufferfish reveals. So more reveal related stuff. Nazebo, fix an issue causing Plague of Toes to hit invulnerable targets. Obviously, nice change. And other changes as well. Nova, difficulty from medium to hard. I mean, I guess I get that. Nova's not easy to play. She's not a very welcome hero in most games. I don't think she's necessarily hard to play. She's kind of hard to play well, I guess. I don't know. So many people play Nova that it feels weird to have her cataloged as hard. Um, Maybe it's to dissuade people from playing her so much. I don't know. Fix an issue causing Hollow Decoy to be revealed to the enemy when they become visible. Um, More reveal around when they're slain for 1 second. Fix an issue causing anti-armor shell to not be removed by stasis. Damage. So here's some info one. Fix an issue causing Hollow Decoy's damage readout in the target info pane to display incorrectly. That's a very specific one with anti-armor shell selected while their basic attacks on cooldown. How did anyone find these out? Fix an issue causing anti-armor shell to reduce physical armor of target before the damage is dealt. That's actually a pretty big change, and then obviously we got some more reveal changes as well. So not too bad, and an icon change as well. Orphea going from medium to hard. Don't disagree with that. I feel like that's a very welcome change. Again, Orphea, very difficult mage to play, very susceptible to CC. Takes a bit of skill to not immediately die. Fix an issue causing Eldritch Conduit not to be empowered when gaining the 10th stack. And then causing power to be lost when slain. I mean, I guess maybe if you're in the middle, you cast something and then you die, you would lose the empowerment, when the empowerment should stay for the duration of what it was supposed to be. So I guess that's what that change is. So like when you have it and you die as Orphea, there might be other reasons for this too, but I could see that being a thing. Like you have Eternal Feast going, you have your E going out, you have your ability going out, and you die while it's in transit. You keep that buff until it finishes. Eternal Feast to search for dead units. Interesting. I guess that's a change that we would never really have known. Causing dead magic to deal damage if the splash target is evading, and now reveals for 0.75 seconds. Probius. Fix an issue causing construct additional pylons to increase the damage of pylon overage has more than intended. I mean, that's a good change. Not that Probius needs a nerf of any kind, but Kira difficulty medium to hard. Don't disagree with that. Fix an issue causing blood rage to track units after they've been slain. Is causing upstage to not be granted if the number of track targets is not reached due to target undying from blood rage. And then we got some other changes as well. Some, again, evasion blinded related changes. And then fixing issue causing basic attacks to activate finishing touch while blinded. And attack speed. Fixed issue causing finishing touch to grant attack speed if the target is brought below 50% of the maximum health. And basic attacks no longer reveal targets hit. Interesting. Basic attacks don't reveal targets hit, but a bunch of other characters are 0.75 reveal seconds. Interesting. That they're like Kira, you get no reveals. Lava Wave will no longer collect experience globes. All right, so this is actually they actually they specified in the PTR notes, because in the PTR notes it was Lava Wave will no longer collect experience globes, and people were wondering if that meant Lava Wave no longer gathered experience. Um, Basically, what this means is Lava Wave will no longer collect the experience globes that have already fallen on the ground. Any minions that are currently alive that it kills, it'll pick up the experience for those. But apparently, any of the XP globes that were on the ground, it was picking those up. So it's no longer going to do that, which is a good change. I mean, Lava Wave is busted for what it can do. So I think that that's a very good change. Fix an issue, cause Tempered Flame to increase self healing. And then, just other random changes on, honestly, the Lava Wave is probably the biggest thing there. One of the biggest things in the patch, honestly, is this Lava Wave change right here. Rainier fixed an issue causing him the pepper display damage to not display in the death recap. Obviously, we just have score entry related things, talent, the way the things are displayed. Pepper only reveal Rainier non-updated position if unseen when damage dealt to the enemy. This would be very interesting to see how these play out. Will now reveal the target for 0.75 seconds. Fix an issue that caused damage dealt by Hyperion created by executive orders to display incorrectly in the death recap. Rhaegar fixed an issue causing elemental conduit to increase Rhaegar self-healing when damage prevented to allied heroes. Fixed an issue causing colossal totem recast to be available for less than the duration of Earthbind totem. And then a couple more changes here. Hunger Wolf to activate while blinded. And yeah, Rhaegar or Rexar, hard to very hard. I don't agree with this. I mean, I guess this is because you're controlling two characters instead of one. Maybe that's why it's very hard. I don't think it needs to be very hard, but maybe that's why. So I guess Rexar is going to be considered that for that reason. Again, a bunch of other changes on here as well. Attack speed bonus stacked multiplicatively with attack speed bonuses. Fix an issue causing Misha to gain more movement than intended. Fix an issue causing unleashed board damage to not be modified. Fix an issue causing kill command damage bonus to be multiplicative. Not bad, not bad. Wildfire Bear now reveals the target for 2 seconds. So again, reveal. So here's the Samuro changes. So Samuro is going to be, actually got a buff. Actually balance changes for Samuro, which is interesting. Samuro updated hard to very hard. Don't disagree with that. When Walker healing increased from 1 to 3%, we have the win reduced from 5 to 4. So basically, one of the things that they actually changed in a previous patch was the little bug where Samuro would be able to throw out her mirror image or his mirror image, hearth back, and then teleport back to the mirror image, and just get a big pump of health. So they fixed that in a previous patch, and this is their way of compensating for it by increasing the healing. Because the whole reason you would do that is you could get health, get back on the field quicker. Well, this is a way to give Samuro some of his power back. Reveals nearby units on death, so not bad here. Sergeant Hammer, tank mode splash now triggered physical block charge will now be consumed. Now trigger Sergeant Hammer's blinded. And will now reveal the area target. So not bad, not bad. Will no longer reveal targets hit. Interesting. So it only reveals the area but won't reveal the target. I guess that makes sense. So it's only going to reveal the actual area. It will never actually reveal the target. Interesting how they're making that work. So the splashes are only going to reveal the area around it, not necessarily just the target. Interesting. Fixed an issue causing Leap to not grant Unstoppable active. Rampage icon updated. Stitches from medium to hard. Can't disagree with that. Fixed an issue causing that caused Putrid Biles Pool to not have their damage modified. Stukov, medium to hard. Can't disagree with that. Fixed an issue causing Reactive Bellspores to not be reset correctly by try mode. Fixed an issue that caused Reactive Bellspores to deal more damage than intended. Fed at Touch icon updated. Reactive Bellspore icon updated as well. And now considered active talent instead of Wade Pustule talent. Interesting. I like that. Difficulty, Sylvanas medium to hard. Not bad. There's a lot of Sylvanas changes in here. Sylvanas caused Might of the Banshee Queen activate to be lost on death. Lost when slain. Just a lot of changes here. Fixed an issue causing Remorseless to not apply Black Arrow stacks. Fixed an issue causing Remorseless to not apply Black Arrow activated non-hero stun. Again, probably shouldn't go over all of these. A lot of these were already covered in the previous video. But fixed an issue, evasion fire duration refreshed. cause basic attacks to activate Lost Soul cooldown reduction. Fix an issue causing enemies hit by Deafening Blast bonus. And fix an issue causing enemies hit by Deafening bonus to not be affected. And fix an issue causing catapults to grant more experience than intended. So a lot of just way that they're changing, much like everything else. We got duration of vision, splash related changes as well, and icon updates. Tassadar medium to hard. I mean, I'm biased because I play Tassadar. I don't find him hard, but you know, I play him a lot, one of my most played heroes, so I might not be the best gauge on that. Armor to not be removed by stasis. Fix an issue causing Archon basic attack spell down and not be removed by stasis. Fix an issue causing Executive Will to not increase healing damage. And causing Archon to reduce spell armor. Now requires the target to be visible to start the link. And now reveal the target for as long as the link remains active. Now bounce the target's immune to area damage, which is nice. Archon basic attack will no longer reveal targets. So much like was with Hammer, a lot of splash related abilities are actually going to reveal the area that it splashes on and not the target itself. So that's a very interesting change. Butcher medium to hard, don't disagree with that. Butcher very difficult to get value from. Fix an issue for meat. Cleave no longer reveals targets hit. Again, much like everything else, it is an area effect reveal. No longer revealed to the enemy if unseen. Lost Vikings. Viking Horde will now display the stacks as baseline quest. Fix an issue causing Sabotate to apply while Eric is blinded. Just Viking changes. And basic attacks when fired from distance. Effect revealed duration. And Belog basic attacks when fired at close range will now reveal the area. Burning Olaf now reveals the target for 2 seconds. Again, a lot of just vision related changes. Nordic attack squad icon updated. Thrall going from easy to medium. I mean, you could probably leave Thrall on easy, but again, medium, probably not the worst. Basic attacks of Wind Fury and Feral Resistance now displays block visual. Tracer, a lot of changes to Tracer. Interesting. A lot of fixes to Tracer. Heavy-handed armor to not be removed by stasis. So just the normal stuff. Fix an issue causing quantum bomb will not explode at the same time as the other bombs when unit is hit, instead of seconds later. We're just going to try to skip by the ones that are all just what we've covered on multiple other heroes. Cause the health pack to heal vehicles if selected. Fix an issue that caused Compulsion B, quantum spec to deal % damage to non-heroes. That's actually pretty big. I feel like it was used on like bosses and stuff for that. Maybe that wasn't intentional. Parting Gift Hidden Vulnerability. Total Recall will now heal self-heal. Tracer self-healing when Tracer's healed, which makes sense. Death Recap stuff. Reload will now display floating text. Lock and load will no longer cause basic attacks to display as critical. Locked and load will cause floating text for ammo to reload as critical, and while locked and load is active, Tracer's ammo bar will now have a slight pulsing glow around it. Not bad. So Ricochet now it's going to be reveal related things with Ricochet, which is your AoE auto attack at 16, I believe. Reveal targets only bounces to visible targets, which makes sense. Now bounces target immune to area damage. Will now bounce to targets immune to area damage. Interesting. So like, does that mean it hits the spider mines of Hammer? Will no longer bounce to mercenaries that are not currently active. So that's pretty good. Bullet spray now reveals targets hit, and quantum pulse bomb now reveals identical. Will now reveal identically to other pulse bombs. That's good. Instead of larger radius, untouchable icon updated. Tychus medium to hard, can't disagree with that. Fix an issue with bob and weave, and sizzling, a lot of icon updates. Tyrael going from medium to hard, don't disagree with that. Got a bunch of fixes in here as well, and some icon updates. Archangel Wrath Explosion will now reveal the target for 2 seconds. And Herodic Reforging icon updated. And it's now classified as a passive talent. That's pretty cool. Tyrande medium to hard, can't disagree with that. She's a pretty hard healer to play. And Shadow Walk, healing over time, remains active on the earth while undying, so they're fixing that so that doesn't happen, which is good. Fix an issue causing Hunter's Fury to not bounce to Deathwing. Cooldown to reset if hallucination is slain while revealed by Sentinel. Alright, that's good. I mean, shouldn't be resetting on that. Mark Amenity to not heal evading allies. Tyrande no longer reveals enemies if unseen, and Shooting Star update. So Uther, easy to hard. Can't disagree with that. I mean, he's easy to play. You could have probably put him on medium, honestly. Uther's not a difficult hero to play. He's, he's a very niche hero. He does a very specific thing, and people pick him in the wrong moments, and then they feel like he's really hard. Heroic will no longer be hidden from spirit form, and a lot of vision related changes as well. Obviously, these are going to be, instead of the target being revealed, actually, no, we'll reveal the target and the area. So sometimes it's like we reveal the target and the area, sometimes it's just the area. So interesting. Holy Fire icon updated. And let's see. So difficulty updates, hard to very hard for Valera. Can't disagree with that. Literally just a bunch of vision changes, which is fair. Vala, easy to medium. You could leave her at easy. You could put her at medium. Both of those are fine. Medium's probably a little bit more in line with her. Fixed an issue that caused Manticore stacks to display incorrectly. Manticore icon updated. So we're going to try to take a look at some of these percent damage icons as well. I want to see what Searing. I believe they're calling them Searing now. Or maybe that was just what was said in the PTR once. But I feel like that they're causing all the percent damage to be the same. Fixed an issue causing second wind to display is uncastable. So a lot of just changes here. Master at Arms will now reveal. A lot of reveal changes here. Nothing out of the ordinary that I'm noticing. White main, medium to very hard. Can't disagree with that. She's probably one of the hardest healers to play in the game. Inquisition now 2-second reveal removal, and for that is a very oddly specific number that they're putting that in for 0.5625 seconds each time damage is dealt. Very specific time. And then for 2 seconds afterwards, and Zool, curse strikes to hit immune to area damage. Video's approaching an hour, so we're going to try to get this wrapped up pretty quickly. Obviously, we'll have skips in here, but if you're at this point, obviously, you don't care about the skips. So we're just going to keep on pushing along. Now reveal the area. Some area reveals Urel, medium to hard, and physical attack limit on hits, meaning block and consume. Raven familiar, Dauntless, now block visual. And we got some other changes as well, just reveal. Zagara, fix an issue causing banelings not to be affected by defense matrix. Mutalist basic attacks will no longer bounce to mercenaries that are not currently active. And Mutalist basic attacks will now bounce to targets immune to area damage. Zarya, easy to medium, can't disagree with that. And a bunch of vision changes as well for her. Zeratol, hard to very hard, can't disagree with that. Cleave now obviously reveals in an area. And Zul'jin no longer reveals. A bunch of reveal changes for all of those. So anyway, what do we think? Obviously, I really like this patch. This was a very surprise patch when the PTR notes dropped. Again, as I talked about before, things that are being highlighted in this patch are a lot of vision changes. The way that the vision is changing is very big. Again, my own personal opinion. A lot of people share this opinion as well. We do feel like this game is probably going to be going on Steam. A lot of these changes don't make sense in the game's current state. So putting the game on Steam, updating the difficulty changes, updating the way the vision works, updating all these icons. A lot of these changes, and obviously the numerous bug fix patches for almost every single hero in the game, is very indicative of wanting to invite new players to the game, or bring players over from other MOBAs. Whether or not we get any more beyond this, who knows? Hopefully we do, obviously. But very welcome change here. This is a very massive patch. I know this video is going on about an hour long. So, I'll be doing a skip to this part. And if there's anything notable in between there, which I might not really put skips to each heroes because I went through them so quickly that it's just going to be a bunch of tick marks across the entire video. So you guys can have to scroll through those and find them yourself. I don't think there's an easy way that I'm going to be able to put skips to each hero with how many are being covered in here. But overall, definitely love this patch. It is a very promising things to come, especially with like camera changes for, these are definitely like esports related changes about how when, casters and stuff move their camera around. And just a lot of changes when it comes to interface and observer mode, which is something that hasn't really been touched on in many years. So very nice change, and I'm loving it. So let's take a quick look and see what these icon changes are. Let's see what we get. Percent damage for a couple people. Let's look at Vala. She's one of the percent damage ones that we have. So let's take a quick look at her. Honestly, I should just probably type her name in. So let's see what Syrian looks like now, or whatever they want to call it. So this is the Syrian icon. So this is Manticore. So I have a feeling that this icon right here is what you're going to see anytime you're dealing with percent damage. So what's another percent damage character? I know Falstad has one. I believe it's on 13 or 16. No, so that's a little different now. So maybe I'm a little bit wrong on that. So what other percent damage characters do we have? I know Raynor has one. So maybe it is slightly different, and maybe it's only just straight percent damage. And I'm sure that there's people watching this that are going to be yelling at me for missing certain ones. But, you know, icon changes, there's been a plethora of icon changes here. So I don't remember what they all are. And I'm sure, yeah, Soul Shield going to this, which is your, you know, they actually, was it called Spell Shield before? Did they actually update the name? Which is actually pretty cool. They actually changed it. Activate to gain 25 plus 50% of Diablo's current souls. Oh, wait, no, maybe they didn't change it. So this is actually icon change here. We're just going to scroll through and see if there's anything else that we've really noticed. They did a lot of icon changes. And again, I don't remember all of them right now. But anyway, a couple of icon changes. Obviously, we are looking at a new splash screen and a very, very good change all around for the new patch. But anyway, again, this video is 55 minutes long, so thank you guys very much for sticking it out with me. Obviously, check out my stream. Link will be posted below the stream. But again, thank you guys very much for joining me. Make sure you do like, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, comment on it. Let me know what you guys think. I will be releasing more videos in the future. Obviously, I do stream 4 to 5 times a week. So check out my stream. I post my stream schedule below my stream and on my Discord as well. But thank you guys very much for everything you guys do for me. You guys have a good night.